Are we there yet? Well, we won't know for 3 minutes, right? Oh, can can I have that's because of the 3 minute delay, yes? 180-second delay. Can I have the mute button for Joyce? Can- Right, because there's a 3 minute delay. Right. So I'm talking. Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Let's go to the main. I'll do the intro now. Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gamers Arc's Fall Valorant Tournament 2021. We're still figuring stuff out here, but this is Chapter 3, Built Different. You may recognize our voices from being in the Discord server if you are a part of that. We are your resident NPCs. But for those of you who don't know us, I'm Jode Donce, and
This is Delta V.
woohoo! I also have an AV gremlin hiding under my desk, controlling my PC. So much thanks to Day, aka Subakshi, who is going to be taking care of our overlays. Michael, can you tell us about the
Yay!
2 streams that are happening at the moment?
Well, right now we're still waiting, but we're gonna have 2 streams. We're gonna have 2 sets of teams pairing off to do a best of 3. I do not have those teams out in front of me, but I know you do.
Yes.
Go ahead, if you would, with the
We
teams.
will be casting for Team Immigrants and Team Gang Gang Gang. Meanwhile, over on Twitch TV/GamersArcTV, Humse will be, ironically, not on his own channel, but will be casting for Royal Cards and the Japson 5. So
Does that mean
whichever.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, so for whichever team you're rooting for, you can head on to that channel.
So we have Humsay's stream.
Yes, we
So
are
whatever
on
we
Humse's
do
stream.
in Humsay's stream is going to be there forever, right?
Yes, we can throw eggs on his stream.
I'm thinking this is kind of a ransom situation. I should just. No, we're going to have some fun with this. I'm looking forward to seeing the tournament and seeing how these 2 teams set up against each other. Really interested in tactics and the strategies they employ as they battle their way to the finals.
I'm just double checking right now if our time has caught up. It says we are live. Oh, haha. I do see it now. Awesome. Whoa. The ad is playing now. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, I can talk about our sponsors. Super, super, super cool and super honored to have this tournament sponsored by Lovejoy Peanut Butter. So this is about our viewer prizes. So for those of you who are just tuning in, if at any moment you want to get information on the giveaway, you can type !giveaway in our chat, and then you will get all of the information you need. But more on Lovejoy Peanut Butter. Lovejoy Peanut Butter has donated 4 jars of uniquely made peanut butter flavors: maple cinnamon, honey chia seeds, chocolate hazelnut, and dark chocolate coconut. They also have classic smooth and classic crunch. Each jar, believe it or not, is 100% natural, no palm oil, no hydrogenated oils, superfoods, heart healthy, essential vitamins, and minerals. So if you just came in from the ads, here's another one for a really cool brand, Lovejoy Peanut Butter. So you can enter this viewer prize giveaway by typing number 1, !Lovejoy PB in the chat. And then also, number two, you have to follow them on Instagram. Their handle is LovejoyPB. And then you can comment on the Gamers Arc post uh, your favorite way to eat peanut butter. Speaking of favorite ways to eat peanut butter, Michael, what's your favorite way of eating peanut butter?
Ah, well, I'll tell you what. There's a couple. Although I'm super interested in that dark chocolate coconut one. That sounds amazing. Um, so I actually, and this is going to be one of those love hate things because people are going to hear it at first and I go, man, I don't know about that, but give it a try. I promise you'll like it. I take two slices of bread and I put peanut butter on one slice and I put a slice of American cheese on the other, and I put that together. So it's a peanut butter and cheese sandwich, and I throw that in the microwave for about 20 seconds with a glass of milk. It's absolutely amazing. I know it sounds weird, but if you think about it, there's cheese and peanut butter crackers out there, and they've been around for decades. So it's
Mm,
really not a weird combination. Once you kind of, give it a try, it's pretty good.
interesting, interesting.
Other than that, then it's right out of the jar because you can't really mess up with peanut butter. It's already almost perfection anyway. But so
That's true.
yeah.
So,
How about you?
oh, for me, I think, I actually think in the form of peanut butter cookies. That's my favorite, I'd have to say.
Ooh.
I have a bad habit of not making anything for a whole year, and then I will make a huge batch of peanut butter cookies and end up eating all of them before I can share them with my friends.
Nice. So it's kind of like the way I do my Netflix, right? Watch I'll wait till the series is almost over and then just like binge the entire season or the entire series. So you just kind of do that with your cookies.
True.
What about your under the desk gremlin that you have over there, your AV gremlin?
The AV gremlin does not speak.
Ah, does she not eat peanut butter either?
You cannot call on her.
We just occasionally roll jars of Lovejoy peanut butter under the table and it gets zooped up.
Oh, see, that almost sounds like a horror movie kind of thing, right? The dry peanut goes under
Oh,
the desk and disappears, and
yep.
yeah.
So yeah, those are the instructions to join for the viewer prize giveaway. Number one, you type exclamation mark Lovejoy in the chat. Follow them on Instagram. Oh, Lovejoy PB, sorry. Follow them on Instagram and comment on our Gamers Arc post about how you enjoy eating peanut butter. And then number three, you wait until the end of the night for a raffle draw. If you missed any of that, type exclamation giveaway in the chat and you will get all the information. Meanwhile, we are waiting for our teams, Immigrants and Gang Gang Gang, to enter into our custom game, the
So
Valorant
what are
suite.
you expecting to see in this first pair up here?
Actually, I'm not too sure. Uh, I think I'd like to see their playstyles. I feel like every team has a very different playstyle. What are your favorite kind of playstyles, Michael, that you like to see?
Well, so for me, and you've played a lot of Valorant with me. Not that I'm a great player in terms of like ranking, but I love those unexpected attacks. I love the lurking. I love a fair fight is me shooting them in the back. Is really what it comes down to. So I know there's a lot of people that really pride themselves on, one-on-one fights, crosshair placement, and moving through. I tend to overthink my play, so I like to, I'll set up a trap. I saw, Cypher is probably one of my mains that I play a lot of, so I'll set up something, even if it's something clearly visible for them, so that the enemy sees that, they focus on that for a moment, and then while they're focusing on that, I've come up behind them or I've come around a corner they weren't expecting, and take my shot. So I definitely focus on a non-fair fight. I don't believe in those at all. Uh, so that's my style. So it'd be interesting to see what I'm interested in seeing in this match is a lot of people that have mastered crosshair placement. And I think with the levels that we have, we'll have a lot of those. Hey, Joyce, you know your mic's live? There we go. Yes, we can. Sure, sure. So sorry about that. I didn't know if you guys could hear. She's conferring, working on technical difficulty with some of the teams. So, as we go through this, like I said, I'm anxious to see crosshair placement. I'm anxious to see some of the basic movement um, mechanics in the game because Valorant, as you know, is one of those games that really does focus on the movement and shooting mechanic and getting that down straight. So it's going to be really exciting to see these teams work through that and demonstrate their skill in that area. I'm also interested to see about the actual combination of players. See if they recognize some of the synergies that some of these player combinations have. It'd be interesting to see those items. I'm actually one of those people that actually enjoy watching other people play and picking up on tips from there. So hoping to see some really good play and maybe even take some notes for myself, things to remember later on, specific angles, that kind of stuff. So it's promises to be pretty interesting. So I can't wait to get started with this. So I've been asked to fill yet more time. So while we're getting stuff going, and I appreciate everybody's patience while you're watching the stream. Um, I think as other people watch and go through this thing, I think it'd be interesting for the viewers themselves to not only just look at the gameplay and judge whether they think they did something right or something wrong, but start getting in the head of the people that were watching as they're playing, and see if you can figure out what their strategy is and what they're thinking, just by their movements and their placements. You know where they're watching, how often they're watching it. Most of these maps have at least two or three angles that you know if you're defending a site that they're going to come from. So how do they get themselves ready? Where do they set their devices if they've got you know utility that they're going to put out there? When do they use their utility? How much do they save for the retake? All of those things that we see. Obviously, if you've seen some of those top player like tens and other players out there playing, you can kind of see some of their gameplay. But I got to be honest with you, they're so far above my skill level. It's kind of hard to even relate. Like it's kind of hard to even follow what they're looking at. It just seems like they magically know where people are showing up. And I think you get that with the different levels, right? With our bronze and iron players and bronze players, you know, they're still learning the mechanics. When you get to gold, silver, gold, we're learning a few more. They've got past the basic mechanics and they're looking more towards, um, you know, strategies. And it's interesting to watch that because we're going to see a mix of those players in this tournament, and we'll be able to see that transition from concentrating on just basic mechanics and um, going towards those other features like doing strategy. So that'll be good. We're still sorting up a few things. So give us just a couple more moments, and we'll have ourselves back on our stream here. Okay, it looks like we're getting our players aligned, and yep, I see that one of their teams have already lined up all their player cards. So that's pretty cool. I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear
Yes.
you.
Yep.
Oh, is this being streamed? Like you from you or Sunny streaming? Goodbye.
Yes.
All right, then we are ready to get started, and we will start the game.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everybody. So the first teams that are facing off are Immigrants and Gang Gang Gang. I'm kind of curious if we do have team interviews later, what their names mean and where they came from. Any theories, Michael?
Absolutely none whatsoever. Immigrants is kind of maybe too more on the nose as far as that goes. Gunk gunk gunk. I'm not sure about that. It's interesting. But yeah, I know. I have no idea. Now, which just so for our viewers, Defenders is which team right now?
I believe Defenders is Immigrants. Yes.
All
Correct?
right.
Yes, and then the attackers are Gang Gang Gang.
Okay.
Also, the people in the chat are marveling at your speaking skills. Striker, our longtime viewer, has been saying, this guy is a professional at filling time XD.
Oh,
So
wow. Well,
thank you
thank
for
you.
doing that.
I can't see this the Twitch comments. I did that intentionally because if I'm looking at a 3-minute delay, that'll probably break my poor head. So, thank you for that. I appreciate you bringing it to my attention.
Your agent.
So now that we're looking at this, we've already started here, but I don't want to fill too much. Later, I'd like to know who the team captains are on each side, so we can identify those, so our viewers can see, kind of see who those team captains are. Be interesting to see follow those team captains first, maybe, and see where they set up and see how they communicate if we can see that.
The brackets and make sure that it's matching.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny because I can actually see the chat, and some people are. Dragon Tide said, "Oh, I'm sad because I don't like peanut butter. I don't know why." And then they said peanut butter pizza. On that note, and that bitter taste in our brains, we get to watch people go through buy phase. What is your buy phase formula, Michael?
For me, first round, I always buy all my utility. Even if I don't use it, and to be honest with you, with pistol round, I'll say Cypher. I probably use some of my utility on pistol round, just to give me a little bit of an advantage. But usually I find that most of my utility stays through the second, so I'm not buying it on second or third round. Obviously, win or loss is a huge marker on this. I have noticed I'm watching some people, they either buy right away, or a couple people run out and just buy after they're in position. Oh, here we are. We've already got a push on A. It looks like two of them holding heaven.
Oh. Getting right into it. Always at the beginning of each round, it always feels like morning to me. Like when everyone's still kind of waking up, figuring things out.
It's interesting. That's funny. What's interesting is that it doesn't surprise me. That's a pretty accurate feeling, actually. And I know as an artist, you have a kind of a knack and a gift for putting those types of feelings into words. And that's exactly right. It's like, yeah, it's almost like a warm up. It's morning. I get it.
Last player standing.
Good morning, everybody. Although it's technically 6:30 in Toronto. What time is it where you are, Michael?
Right now it's 5:38, so we're
Definitely not morning.
no, definitely not.
Everyone's. Oh, I was just about to say everyone's health bar is pretty precarious, but the defenders have already won. On to the second round.
Have you gotten a chance to play KO yet?
Actually, no. I played him once when he first came out, but then ever since then, I've never gone back.
Well, I think a lot of us that know you know who your main is. For those that haven't, which character do you prefer to main with?
Oh, I definitely play Cypher only, right?
Right. Only if you're trying to impersonate me in the game, yes. That's Cypher is not something that I normally see you play.
I'm definitely a Raze main and Raze main only, so I threaten anyone who joins my party to sacrifice their Raze forever or even not unlock her.
Just don't even bother going through it. Just it's gonna be mine. I gotcha.
Right now, Jet is checking that little corner where people tend to hide.
Wine, yeah.
Yep. Viper just did her wall.
I really like what
Oh,
she did
Gwendolyn
there.
killing it over here, literally.
Last player standing.
Oh wow, these games are going at a super fast pace right now. I'm wondering
They are.
if the comeback will come soon.
They one of the players that I'm probably most, or one of the characters I'm most intimidated about playing is Jet. Requires a lot of coordination, a lot of twitch reflex there, and I'm always amazed when I see her played well. And even though the gambit didn't work, last round she threw a smoke in there and dodged right into her smoke. Obviously, the player knew exactly where the smoke was going to land and was able to control the dash to get right in the middle of it, which I thought was great.
Ooh. Kainamu is setting up their orbs, their stars. Honestly, Astra players are fun to play with because of all the color they bring. But in this situation, Astra just died.
Down mid.
So we
Last
will...
player standing.
She died colorfully. I mean,
Yes,
there's no doubt about it. Her
colorful.
outfit's amazing.
Okay, chat.
Astra.
If you feel like a comeback is due, please in the chat hype whichever team you think is gonna win up, because it is best out of 3, and I'm sure your energy will transfer over to them. Kimmy Kimchi is showing off their melee, very fancy glitch pop. What's your favorite skin, Michael?
Oh, so for weapon skins, right now I gotta, and I almost hate to say it. I'm really liking the Zed skins. I'm not a fan of the knife necessarily. I think it feels a little weird, too toyish, but I love the skin otherwise. Outside of that one, it's got to be the mage punk. I think it's got a lot of detail. How about you?
I think
Blocking vision. Blocking
yeah, I would like to say the effects of using the Zed skin is really fun, but I think that the Blast X is a classic for me, and the Minima skin, like, it doesn't really get old.
No. I although I've heard some people really hate on the Minima skins. I won't say anybody like, the owner of the stream, for instance. Say wasn't a fan. But I like the Minima skin. I like the minimalistic look. Sometimes I like to
Ooh, that wall.
simplify things because Valorant can get pretty chaotic, and having that simple skin just kind of offsets it a little bit for me at times.
Right now, Approx A can't see that Kainamu is hiding in hell, and the game is already over. Round is already over. There.
Right.
Speaking of Zed skins.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Right away, Viper stole the ran off with the spike. So they've got some sort of plan on what they're doing with that.
Do you think they're like talking about strategy right now in their perspective chats?
Absolutely. Looks like Viper's setting up to cut middle in half. Be pretty interesting here to see. This is one of the things I like to do with Viper on a personal level. Is I like the mid. I think controlling mid on Ascent is essential.
You are divided.
I mean, because it allows for this. You can advance through catwalk as long as you're quiet. Ooh, almost caught you off guard. Good kill. Good kill. And using the Astro Wall there, that's you basically cordon off this whole map into quarters. And that really kind of limits the options on retaking the site because you don't know which way to go, which way to look when you come through.
Oh, this wall again. I think we're seeing this wall play a lot where Sage walls on that door.
Yeah,
I
walls
forget what
off
that door
tree.
is called.
Yep.
Yeah, and then stands on the wall and then tries to shoot people coming through the middle.
Yeah, off-angle attacks are pretty powerful. I mean, you're not used to seeing it, although I feel like the tactics... Does it draw them out?
Oh no!
Ooh.
The alarm bot kicked in a little bit too soon. And the
Yeah.
comeback is happening.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of hard. I've played Killjoy a little bit. I tend to put my alarm bots out further away if I can, at a different, so all I need to know is that they're coming. I don't really necessarily bank on the utility of them weakening your target. Just knowing that the enemy is there could be enough. Same with Cypher's trips, for instance. Looks like they're gonna try to push in on B.
Oh, I feel like B main is always a tricky place to push because it's such a narrow hallway.
It is. I mean, that doorway is obviously a kill spot. There's a couple 2-3 places within site B that you can use to.
Kamza Mugura just ulted at an interesting angle to try to push into that alleyway.
Right.
Kamza Mugura is actually Korean country slang, should I say? Literally translating to eat potatoes.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm wondering if there's some connotation behind that. If it actually means something different.
Huh.
I believe they just protected the defuse.
Open up the sky.
Last player standing.
Ooh.
One enemy remaining.
Spike diffuser killed.
Poison orb emitting.
I wonder if Kamza Mugura will come in time. No,
Oh,
defenders
not in time.
win. Immigrants going strong. All right. Oh, I love the sound of the pitter patter of feet at the beginning of each round. It's just very routine-like. It's the only kind of routine I like, honestly.
Like the defenders are 2A, 2B. Whoa, nope. Rotate up 2A, 2B, and somebody in mid. Pretty standard.
KO just threw out his knife.
Yep, and while he didn't get the, while he wasn't able to lock people in for a little bit, he got intel on it anyway, right?
And it
Knife
definitely
goes
slows
away.
their push down, I would say.
It does. It doesn't give him any detail on who's there, but somebody is, right? Because someone killed the knife, so.
Oh, that's true, that's true.
Plant the spike.
Looks like the defenders are a little slow to rotate. They hung out a little bit more. I think it's probably because they didn't know how many were attacking A at the moment.
Kimmy Kimchi has her healing orb out, I believe. They're all watching angles, trying to secure the spike. Oh! They love that wall angle right there.
remaining.
Oh my gosh. It's working out very nicely for them. Keeping those angles. EXT decided not to peek out of heaven. Wondering what their plan is.
Looking at Kimmy Kinchi's crosshair placement. A little on the low side. But you know, right now they don't have probably not worried as much about it, not as conscientious on it.
I think they're paying a lot of attention to their melee too much to care where their crosshair placement is.
Hey,
I feel like they're actually looking at the ground because they're looking at their melee. And so subconsciously, you know, like hockey sticks turning them the way that you want to go turns your skates as well. Kind of same thing.
absolutely. There's a lot of analogies for that. Motorcycle riders go through the same thing. You see an object in the road, you don't want to look at the object. You want to look at the clear path because your tires will wind up hitting the object. So it's interesting. I hadn't really thought about it that way, but I kind of wonder if that's not the case. People they're looking at something, they conscientiously kind of look down or subconsciously look down.
Oh!
Aggressive push.
Oh, that feels bad! Whenever Raze pops her ult and does not get a successful kill, getting shot down mid-air, even after that satchel.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up because I think I've played Raze a couple times when you weren't looking. There's nothing better than the satisfaction from a grenade kill or a rocket kill. I don't know why. I've killed with other items, but those kills just seem to be especially satisfying. So having that taken away from you when you know you're in the air, you've got your rocket out, you go to click and nothing because you're already dead. It's just got to be a frustrating feeling for Raze players.
It definitely is. It's the worst feeling in the world. It looks like Gang is setting up to go towards a site, which is good for Immigrants because they seem to be rotating slowly to protect the site. They might have heard some noise.
You will not kill my
Caroline is behind the crates, ready, and stinking people as we speak with a classic, but goes down like a true hero. Approx A is holding heaven.
Spike planted.
Ooh,
Last
but
player standing.
just slides down that astral wall and dies. Oh, and EXD found you, Viper. Kamjamugura is down. EXD is the sole survivor now, shooting through the smoke. If they only... Oh, there's a wall, so even if they were to hit someone, the wall would have stopped it. Honestly, you're able to tell how much game sense someone has when you have both the enemy, the defenders and the attackers highlighted, because their crosshair placement, when they are able to trace the bodies without being able to see them like we can through the walls, it's kind of easy.
Yeah, they're just gonna know where their enemy players might be, know what approach they're gonna use. What I liked about EXD right there is I was watching that crosshair placement, like I mentioned I was going to look at earlier, and really liked, where those was able to make that shot coming off the the top of A like that onto the ground in mid. Great execution on that.
Oh, and we are actually tied. They were able to bring it back, but we will still wait to find out who was truly built different. Okay. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I gotta be honest. I think for so like I said, mid control I think is really important for Ascent, and because of that, I feel like the attackers have a slight advantage on mid control. Being at the top of the catwalk like that allows them to see both people coming out of the tree room onto the catwalk from there, and that mid arch where market is. I think that's a stronger angle than you get when you're on defender and trying to watch mid.
Real quick, just in case that we have been talking to a wall. Chat, can you hear both Michael and myself very well? If so, please give us an A-OK in the chat so we can know we are not alone in this. Interesting thing to observe right now is a lot of these people have Korean usernames. Like right now over there, 빵집, that actually stands for bakery, or literally translated bread house. The Rays that just died, that's 빵집, bread house, bakery.
Bread house. Bakery, nice. Well, I'll tell you what, Bakery had some good crosshair placement, and I haven't watched. No, it did. Just I was watching the whole thing through, and whether they knew it or not, they were almost dead on. Just kind of like you pointed out earlier, where some of these people are able to. It almost looks like they're seeing what we see, which is those, the shapes through the silhouettes, through the targets, or through the objects.
Gang really seems to like A site. They're getting ready to push there again. I'm wondering if it'll be a rush or a quiet push. Bangtip really doing the most with her grenade and Boombot.
You notice she.
Astra really going heavy with her util.
They're pulling back. I think they're rotating out. I'll be darned.
Well, that's good. It's a good thing for the immigrants because they were flanking and ready for the rotate.
Spike down mid.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this properly, but Aku arc, using those orbs wisely. Oh, but slightly misses with their gunshots and dies.
Pixels off, I'd say on that one. Just not, just really close, but.
Yep, I believe it was Gwendolyn, giving Gwendolyn a nice little haircut.
Yeah. Little part to the side, part of the top.
A little lopsided little bob. EXD is placing her swarm grenades and util on, I believe this is A site.
This is B.
Oh, B site. Thank you.
One of the things I like about where EXE put their grenade is just inside the boathouse area. Keeps them from seeing it, even though they'll hear it when they advance through. And the swarm will go through the wall and cover the whole walkway. Good placement on that.
Namu is entry ready.
Toxin screen down.
Oh, AQ Arc with the Odin shooting through walls. I believe Kantamura just wallbanged Gwendolyn, however. That's always a good feeling and a bad feeling. I just realized for the first time that this Odin, where you load the bullets, is actually a bull. A golden bull, looks like it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is from the Prime 2.0.
It looks like Gang is rotating towards B site.
If you remember the kill animation for that is a bull knocking you up into orbit.
Oh, true, very true.
This is probably one of my favorite skins for like the Ares.
Mm-hmm.
The old World War II look. I just like that skin. That gun. They did real well.
Kamdamugura just ulted again in the same place as before. I feel like this has been a very well-practiced strategy that they might be trying to execute. EXT pulled out their ult for a split second, but didn't go through with it. Kimchi is planting behind her wall and was able to come out of that corner using the boxes. Oh! And Gang wins that round.
Last round before the switch.
Can I get a drop?
Let's wait.
Spotted an Ares. You mean somebody dropped an Ares on purpose? That's boring. One of my favorite guns. Especially if I'm just not hitting my my phantom shots or vandal shots. I just go to the Ares.
Same thing. Bumteep sends out the boombot. Gets ready. Detects. Oh, gets taken out by WTF. My aim! And WTF, she's gone.
WTF, by the way, in this Christian environment stands for "What's this for?" If you're wondering.
Or why, thank you, Father.
Get out of my way!
Checking catwalk. Right now, Gang is totally cornered in a main. Deciding whether they want to push out or rotate. Trying to make a decision, strategizing.
Yeah, Brimstone's a real strong player in this particular map because of his ability to use those long smokes to basically block off mid. So this is probably one of my favorite places to use Brim would be on a set.
Caroline just went down via wallbang.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
Keinamu really good at pre-firing those angles. Dies on top of an op, unfortunately. At least it makes a cozy bed.
Last player standing.
Headshot by Gwendolyn. Oh! And gets shot right as she is pulling out her, I believe that's a Lear.
Switching sides.
The blind, the Reyna blind.
Yeah, Lear. I'm sorry.
Oh, Kimchi standing on pizza. I mean, kimchi on pizza does sound really good. If only I were able to eat spicy.
It sounds like something I would be willing to try, but never have. Kimchi's one of those things I haven't had yet.
Oh, really? Never?
Never.
Oh. Well, I guess it's time to cannibalize some players.
I've never played Sage. Well, I take that back. I think I played Sage once by accident, but I haven't thought about using the wall in mid like that. Sounds like there's some excitement on the other stream. I'm kind of surprised. It's a little more aggressive. Seems like it's kind of the playstyle's kind of looking for. I thought on pistol I didn't see this huge mad dash. guns blazing. A little more strategy coming out of these
Player
players.
standing.
A little more cautious. I think they're feeling the pressure of a tied game going into the next round, the next set of rounds. And with this, a team that does well in defense may not do great on offense, and vice versa, right? So both teams got to be trying to feeling each other out here as far as how well they're going to execute their roles here when they switched.
We're just double checking here if we have the correct team names right under defender and attacker. Getting used to the switch.
Like another A push. Oh, they know Kimmy's there. I know Sage is waiting for him.
This is correct. This is not. Okay, so Gwendolyn is on Immigrants team. Kimmy Kimchi is on Gang team. If we can use that as rule of thumb. Just making sure we have the right names right under the defenders and attackers. Okay, sounds good.
Spike planted.
Spike successfully planted. EXD hiding behind the turret, behind the wall. I feel like this is such an optimal position to be hiding, but at the same time, it's scary because they usually wall bang if they're smart.
Oh, absolutely. If I even have an inkling someone might be there, I'm going to throw a few shots through that boathouse wall in that corner.
Oh, and Kamtamura goes down, becomes mashed potato. Kimchi adds some flavor.
Thank you.
What does make this, successful kind of maneuver, though, is that it does mess with crosshair placement, right? So they're sitting at a different angle, different height than what's expected when they come around the corner from the stairs. So that fraction of a second, it could be enough, especially with a well-placed vandal shot.
Okay, I'm a little concerned. I don't see any AOKs in the chat to see if they can hear me. So if the mod that is listening to us, Kai Infinites, if you can tell us if you hear both of our voices, that would be great. In the stream. Thank you, thank you.
Wall raised.
Free fire from EXP. That's the same thing, yep. You're talking about one, yep.
I keep accidentally reading it as EXP, as experience points.
Oh, great, yeah.
Awesome, they can hear us. They have just given us the affirmative.
Nice. So just as a recap, so you guys are understanding with colors, colors help.
You should run.
Gang is the blue or cyan players, and the red that you're seeing is the immigrants. See them going through the wall, looking through walls and stuff like that. More stream, you'll see that.
Spike planted.
Meanwhile, just in case none of them got a shout out, we have an immigrants team with Bangchi, EXD, Gwendolyn, Caroline, Aprox A, and on the other team, Gang is Kimi Kimchi, K Namu, AQ Arc, Hamza Mugura, and WTF My Aim. Oh, bodies flying everywhere. Headshots happening.
Yeah. Furious defense on A here.
Narrators narrating.
One enemy remaining.
Narrators narrating. Yep, all that stuff's going
The
on.
funniest thing is when you kind of scope in to try to shoot someone, and then their body just goes flying in a different direction because your teammate got them right before you did.
Right.
It's a satisfying yet frustrating feeling.
Right.
Mashed potato just survived being poisoned.
If you could pick another character, Joyce, to instantly learn and know how to use well,
Like I don't even have to try. I'm just gonna be good at them.
Just oop, you're a master.
Oh.
What character do you think you would be you'd be interested in instant mastering?
I think. Oh, that's really hard. I think maybe Astra or Breach, I would say. Mainly because I have no desire to learn them whatsoever, so if I automatically end up being really good at them overnight, why not? I feel like their play
Interesting.
style is just so different.
Insight.
Very planned, strategic, you know? You have to think ahead, you can't be impulsive. Opposite of Raze.
Right. I think for me, it would probably be Reyna. And I say this because Reyna, when you've got a player that, and although I'm in awe at Jet players and being able to coordinate and get your dashes and your updrafts timed just right, Reyna to me just seems scary. She's flipping around, she's killing people, then she's disappeared. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's sucking life out of you. Healing. She can be a real menace. You find a player that's in their element when they're playing Reyna. And I think to be able to have that, to be able to strike that kind of chord with another player, just goes, oh no, it's Reyna. That makes me happy. So I think that would be the player that I would like to just instantly master. I feel like some of the other sport characters, you kind of take your time, and they're not fast-paced characters. Cypher's not, for one, Killjoy. But Reyna is all energy, just like Jet. But yeah, Reyna is just one of those that just kind of, when I see her coming, I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad. Especially if it's a... Go ahead.
No, sorry. You go.
Oh, just saying that Reyna's just one of those characters that I think when they're executed well, could almost make somebody rotate or make a team rotate. They're like, Reyna's here, never mind, let's go over here.
Very true.
So
Caroline was initially able to detect 2 enemies with a knife.
You disappoint me.
And then actually got a lot of cool pre-fires in, but got body blocked by
Spike
the alley
planted.
Killjoy's turret. Oh! And WTF, my aim was just trying to defuse, but I believe that was a
One enemy
judge.
remaining. Clutch. Last player
Joins
standing.
from right up close. And clutch by Kimmy Kimchi.
one moment, I'll be right back.
So currently we have Team Immigrants at 6 versus Gang at 11. I gotta say, although they started off as the underdogs, Immigrants have really held their own in this match. It's been a pretty fair fight.
There.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Gwendolyn is pinging to go and do it on the main. Sent out the leader. Oh, Astra's wall just cut her off from the rest of her team, and she was able to be caught isolated and killed.
Spike down B.
Currently, KO. Oh, KO is dead.
Yeah, my people, yeah.
Match point.
So other than sound cues and figuring out where the enemy team seems to enjoy pushing, are there any other methods of figuring out how to rotate sooner than later?
I think for me, and it's kind of hard. So I usually, like I said, I'll stick a sight, and a lot of times I'll try to stay on the side a little bit in case it's a big push in one and a slow push in another. It really does kind of depend on what levels you're playing at, right? If you're playing
There.
Unfortunately, if you're playing in ranked, you really are you're playing silvers and golds, and so and it could be a combination of different types. But for me, it's timing. It's all about timing. I don't usually try to peek too often. Although I'll be honest with you, on Haven, I'm horrible at sea. I peek all the time, and usually find a bullet in my face for the trouble. So, but yeah, timing. If you don't see anything in the first 5-6 seconds, I feel like they're going somewhere else.
Yeah, I believe
So slow push.
just did a really
Yeah.
good job of anchoring. Oh no, just got killed. But did a really good job of not flanking, not rotating, and anchored B site under the suspicion that the immigrant team would rotate back, which they did, and they were able to hide in, I believe that's called Boathouse, but their teammates did not get there on time, and Kinemu just died.
Yeah. I think that it's a lot of times with rotates, site retakes, being aware of the mini map is huge. This is an area that I fail at horribly. That little mini map is really cute. Sits up in the corner. It's completely out of my line of sight because I'm looking right at the crosshair. So mastering looking at that mini map and seeing where your teammates are as you go to retake a site so you can take it at the same time is huge. Otherwise, you might be doing a 3-on-1, 4v1, and your team just dies to attrition that way. So taking the site at the same time or retaking, I think is critical.
Approx A just broke down Sage's wall. Has his ult. I'm wondering what he's going to do with that this round, if he does use it this round. Oh, and Gwendolyn takes down Viper. Also takes down KO. I believe that was... EXD is planting. Kimmy Kimchi reses, not raises, their allies. Breaks her.
Ones are back here.
Completely surrounded. Yes.
One enemy remains.
You saw Kimmy Kimchi just holding, watching, knowing they were underneath there, just not sure which side to watch. You know.
It's the coziest, scariest feeling to be there in hell. Especially when you have a grenade popped right above your head and an enemy creeping in front of you with the smoke.
Yeah, you hear him stomping around, but sometimes kind of hard to place exactly where the audio is. Yeah.
I guess that's what bunny hopping is useful for.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I recently learned that it doesn't make you faster, it just makes it more confusing for the enemy to detect your footsteps.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to isolate where it's coming from. That single pounce.
Looks like Immigrants is pushing up mid this time.
Still in sight.
AC did a great job of checking that corner.
Oh, Gwendolyn, by deducing that someone closed the door, wallbanged that area, and totally took down the health bar of Sage and was eventually picked them off
One enemy
a little bit
remaining.
later. Kinemu is approaching towards tree, but Gwendolyn is so ready. EXD pops their turret a little bit prematurely, but is able to slow the approaching Kinemu. Trying to get time on their side, and Bangjeep takes Kinemu down.
You're hearing a little bit of sounds from me. It's because my wonderful wife brought some food in for me.
Shout out to food.
Right? Little sesame chicken and crab
Oh
rangoon,
no, you're making me hungry.
lumpia.
Guess we'll just have to consume some frags. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Speaking of frags, see who's top fragging on either team. We have Gwendolyn at 26 kills and 14 deaths and 3 assists. And Kamja Mugura on Kang with 18 kills, 13 deaths, and 11 assists.
You should
Way to
run.
represent the Vipers players. I do love a good Viper player.
Oh no! Kamzamura almost becomes mashed potato again, standing in the flames of that
One enemy remaining.
nano swarm. Tries to wallbang with the Odin through the generator. Doesn't know how close she is. Oh, ults right in front of the enemy. And Gang takes this round, takes this game.
But our world stays afloat. I'll take that trade.
Congratulations, gang. A for winning the first one of the 3.
Good effort by the Immigrants in that first round.
Meanwhile, let's talk about peanut butter again. Why not? It's such an honor to be sponsored by Lovejoy Peanut Butter. It's such a cute thing to be sponsored by, don't you think, Michael?
Oh, well, I'm a fan of peanut butter, so yeah, I think
It
it's a
sounds like
great
you have
idea.
some in your mouth right now.
I didn't know, right? You caught me with the bit of rice because you ambushed me with that question. But that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, no, first off, I think it's great. Unfortunately, I don't know that I have that brand here in the US that I can check into. Although I'm kind of jealous now because what was some of the other flavors? We had the dark chocolate coconut. What were some of the other flavors we had?
We had maple cinnamon, honey chia seeds. That's really an interesting thing. I think that would be the one that I would enjoy putting in smoothies, maybe, or even baking with.
Ooh, look at that smoothie.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
For those of you who
That
are viewing, oh, sorry, you go.
what was it? The maple cinnamon?
Yes.
That sounds pretty interesting too.
It
I gotta
sounds
admit,
so Canadian. I can tell you're biased, Michael. You belong over here, eh?
hey, up there, yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, speaking of peanut butter, the reason why we're bringing this up is because they are our lovely sponsors. And if you want to win a free tub of peanut butter, you can just by typing !LovejoyPB in the chat and then going to sorry, 1 second.
Sure. So while she's sorting that out, I can't. It's kind of be one of those things that I think winning a thing of peanut butter just on its. I don't know. I would just want to win just because that almost feels like bragging right material. So please, like I said, if you're interested in competing for that and getting that giveaway, I believe it's hashtag giveaway. Is that correct, Joyce?
Oh, ! Giveaway, and then your instructions will pop up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I'm not muted, right?
I don't know. I can still hear you.
Oh,
Either
yeah,
way.
sounds good. So the instructions is enter ! Lovejoy PB in the chat right here, and then go to Instagram, hit follow, and find the Gamers Arc logo in their posts. Under that, you are going to comment your favorite way to eat peanut butter. For me, it was in the form of peanut butter cookies. And for you, Michael, what was it again? Some weird soup?
Yep. Yes, it was a soup. A soup consisting of bread, peanut butter, and cheese. So yeah, you can put that in a sandwich. You could also toast it if you wanted to. That kind of puts a little extra to it. But and I don't know if you remember, they used to have these, and maybe they still do. They're like sandwich makers.
Yeah.
It was like almost like a waffle iron, but you put 2 slices of bread and put your stuff in the middle, and when you close it, and it would toast the bread and heat up the inside at the same time, and it would actually kind of seal it, so it made like these two little pockets. That with the peanut butter and cheese inside was way amazing. It was great. So yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's the way I like to make it.
Yeah, so I'm hoping one of you will win it at the end of tonight's raffle. So if you stay tuned right now and then you come back in about a minute for the next round and even pop back in towards the ending where we have our second match at 9 after a break. At the end of that match, right before the end of today, sorry, a little frazzled. We will do our raffle draw and pick one of you to send a little lovely tub of peanut butter to. All right, it looks like the teams are getting assembled again, assembling their troops after their 3-minute little washroom break. Organizing themselves. As soon as teams are ready, team captains, please type ready in all caps in the chat.
Interested to see if they'll keep their characters or if they'll change things up.
Oh, that's so true. I didn't even think about that. How would you even prepare for that or practice for that? Would it be if you were a team captain and you were in charge of strategizing, would you make sure that based on who switched to which agent, everyone else would change as well, or would strategy change? I don't know.
I think there are some players. I think there's some characters rather that play well to almost any team set. Hate to keep pulling on Reina, but Reina's one of those characters that really I think could fit into any kind of creates terror wherever she goes. But if you're if you at first try, maybe you have a more defensive setup, so you might have, Killjoy and Cypher, kind of set up to help lock down sites. And maybe that's not working. Maybe the team's too aggressive, or they're too timid, and you need to actually start pushing out and trying to flank them. Then I would probably rotate those players out for, or those characters out for characters that allow for a little more balance, or maybe a little more offensive capability. Cypher's utility, for instance, doesn't do really any harm to anybody. Stuns and alerts, it's all about that. So maybe I'd switch Cypher out for something like, I don't know, Sova. You still get some intel, but Sova has a little bit of offense mixed into his kit with the shock arrows. So I think I kind of look at that and look at my players, but I'll be honest with you, most players, while some players can rotate and do anything, a lot of players have a certain mindset where they tend to be more aggressive, a little more defensive, especially at the lower ranks. So I would pick other players that they could play that kind of cater to that. And it also gives the enemy, kind of throws them off. If you're saying, hey, you're always going to deal with this character. Well, that character's not there the next round. So what do you do with that, right? Throw a little bit of confusion into the mix for the opposing team, so they're not quite sure how to balance out, what they're going to expect. So
Right.
yeah, I would have set up multiple kits for that.
Meanwhile, the AV gremlin under the desk is doing a countdown for us. So the game has just started. Little AV gremlin going rogue over here. The teams have locked into their preferred sides along with their preferred map. So the next map is Bind. And it looks like their agents are being selected in now. I wonder if you, Michael, because you have such a superior memory to mine, will remember if anyone chose a different agent.
No, we're looking at looks like Gang 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 has selected the same agents as last time. And yeah, we're looking at there's some hesitation. No, we got a little bit of a change on the immigrant side of the house. We no longer have our Rays, I'm sorry. Swapped out for Jet.
Yeah. While you exercise that non-goldfish brain of yours versus my goldfish brain, as the Canadians say, I am rotating to washrooms. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, Bind, I don't know. For me, I think Bind is. I like it. I like it as a defensive map. Of course, A site is going to show us a lot more. I think A looks like probably actually setting up for looking for a B push to start things off. So keep the cameras over here. I think this is where the action's going to be. But A site offers kind of two very obvious challenges for a push, and that's it. B site does two, but I almost rarely see an all push in one direction or the other. If you do see all pushed in one direction, whether it's hookah or B long, it's usually all B long. This one looks like they're going to do a split coming out, so we'll see how these players wrap up. So we've got a split push on B.
Bangjeep is in
Here.
hookah. Sounds somewhat poetic for some reason. All the smoke's happening all over Bangjeep. I guess they're baking up a storm. Oh, that was fascinating to see. Kamjamura totally had Bangjeep in their crosshairs, but got zoinked by another teammate. I'm seeing a lot of ghosts in play
One enemy
this
remaining.
first round, which is different from last round, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. And Ghost is kind of expensive. I mean, it's great when it works out. Now you've got a Ghost as a round going to second, which is perfectly viable for a second round gun. But it is a gamble because you set yourself back a little bit as far as the finances go in your economy. It's not a huge difference, especially if you lose the second round. You get a little more money, for that second loss. But yeah, I've kind of switched away from using Ghost. I used to use all the time, but I'd rather have a full kit with my util.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure, for me too. I always say rule of thumb: I don't buy anything the first 3 rounds. Oh, Gwendolyn was able to spot a Q arc, and with the help of,
There.
I believe
You got
that
two
is-
people here. Yeah,
Yeah,
you've got Gwendolyn, and I apologize if I didn't catch the name of the KO player. Working together to trade off kills.
Yes, I
if
believe
needed.
Caroline has been really good at this all game, where they make sure their teammate doesn't go out
One
alone,
enemy remaining.
but is able to get a
Right.
trade. Caroline is also really good at firing into smokes, just off by a millimeter usually most of the time.
Mhm.
Oh, yes. Looking at that scoreboard again, we currently have. Yeah, it looks like people are relatively similar with the agencies. I know Caroline and Gwendolyn are still the same agents. I believe Bangjeep and Approx A are as well as EXD. It looks like Team Immigrants has stayed true to their mains. Is that correct?
Yeah, it looks like they've stayed the same.
Toxins going up.
Gong has changed up a little bit, not much. They gave up, like I said, they gave up the raise for a jet.
Michael, every time you say gang, I feel like your pronunciation gets just that much better.
I have no idea why. It's totally by accident.
I got the spike. Cutting their vision.
I tell you what, Brim smokes are so great
Clean sight.
at blocking off line of sight and blocking off angles.
Oh, Acute Arc was able to throw out 2 Leers,
enemy
knowing
remaining.
that there was an enemy on site, but could not figure out which angle and got popped in the head. Bangjeep has the spike and is rotating to A. I believe that is Gwendolyn is there to assist. No, Caroline, I think. Oh, Gwendolyn, yes, was able to come and watch that Kamjamugura angle for them.
Empress is coming out of here in a moment. She'll lose that.
Poison orb emitting.
Oh, and eat potatoes, eats potatoes. And that round goes to Immigrants. It looks like everybody is spreading out at first. Oh, I see. They're doing a split push onto A site, or that's what their body language seems to be saying.
It looks like you've got, and I don't know if they're gonna do it, but yeah, it even looks like might be considering doing a split B,
Mm.
even though they're not, even though they're split up on B already. One's nope, we've got one of them's rotating back over towards A short, leaving one person.
EXD is currently the designated spike carrier. Has their util set up towards B short, but is pushing A short.
Get out of my way!
One enemy remaining.
Caroline clearing sight, and as per tradition, shoots a few bullets into the smoke. An interesting trend that I've been seeing in Caroline's playstyle is I believe she tries to flank her enemy with sound cues, with bullet sound cues. So if she's gonna go with her body in one direction, she'll make noise in another direction to confuse the enemy and surround them.
It only needs to work for a moment, right?
Yep.
It's look over, and by the time it comes back, it's too late.
I've only tried that with util, but I might start trying that with bullets as well. Thank you, Caroline. Approximate with the fancy butterfly knife.
Yeah, I've tried that with Cypress cages. Throw the
Threatening to
cage out
volumes.
over another direction, and yeah,
Oh,
throw a
with
cage in one
cages.
direction. Yeah, throw a cage in one direction, coming from the other. That way,
Makes sense, yeah.
they see it, they pop, they look real quick, and then by then I get my. Remember, I told you, no fair fights. If I can shoot their back, I'm more than happy.
Approximate is scaring me a little bit with the molly aimed at the floor. using his knife as a pogo stick, folks. Not recommended. Do not try at home.
Those glitch pop guns have not grown old yet. I still like the look of them.
I remember that they really liked playing with their walls. I'm wondering if that will appear on this map as well, or if that was just a plan for Ascent. Gwendolyn is walled out right here. I believe she is waiting for the wall to fall
No,
organically.
So Jet's doing a great job of tying them up over A. You see them all.
That's true.
They had two or three of them kind of committed to A. Unfortunately, they're not able. I don't know if they're able to capitalize on B as well. If they're going to try, but she did a great job of keeping them tied up, which slows their rotate. It also means they're more likely to rotate from one direction,
That's very
which is
true.
from CT, because they'll feel behind, and those players will run the quickest way they know how to get back there.
But fortunately and unfortunately, this is bind, so teleporters will enable them to kind of push from two directions. Marvelous headshot by Gwendolyn. Maybe we'll get a second one, and yes, we did!
So easily.
All right, Gwendolyn. Let's hit tab and take a look at the scoreboard. As per expected, Gwendolyn is top fragging with 11-1-0. K-Namu with 4, 5, and 1. And shout out to the bottom frags that we love very much because we are a part of them. EXD with 0-1-0 and WTF my aim 0-5-1. Gotta love those babies.
Right.
So if you want to get a shout out, either bottom frag or top frag.
Right. I was gonna say they're from my hood. That's where I hang out. So
Kimmy Kimchi just walled A short. Wisely so, as two of the immigrants are there on the other side of the wall.
Right.
Oh no.
Kimmy Chippy's running away. She's like, oh, I'm done. I'm out of here. I did my wall. I'm done. Well, here we are coming out. Ooh. Unfortunately, they know you're there. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh no.
KO got it anyway.
Gwendolyn, again with the protection of the body of Caroline, is able to stabilize their core. And he is resurrected. I wonder if Gwendolyn is going to try to fire bullets into the smoke again. Yes, just off by a few inches. And Dai's trying to do that sound bait flank again. The bakery is shifting. And Immigrants takes that round. Wait. Yes? Yes. Let's look at their loadouts. So far, I'm seeing a lot of phantoms.
I think this, yeah, I think this map does. Don't get me wrong, Vandal's good in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
If you're able to place those headshots, Vandal's the way to go every time. But I feel like the range on this, you can do a lot of damage with Phantom. A little bit of spray control, and you don't have to worry about the headshot, the one-shot headshot. So I like the Phantom here. I also like the Spectre here. The shot ranges are too long. There's only a few places where there's really long shots. So I think the Spectre does well here.
To the chat, please ignore Nightbot. Nightbot is going rogue and awarding people for the giveaway. I don't know what's happening. We will get on that immediately. Thank you, mini friend, for catching that.
Here.
Ignore that. We are waiting until tonight to choose the giveaway winner.
Fine, I guess I'll stop. No, it wasn't me. I wasn't hacking the bot.
Oh, Kamzamura tries to poison EXD, but EXD catches that potato
Player standing.
before he can.
30 seconds left.
One of the things I love about this game is how the texture of footsteps sounds different depending on the material they're stepping on. Kimmy Kimchi pushing out of lamps. Is Gwendolyn here? Gwendolyn sees her. And Immigrants takes that round again. Right now, it is a staggering 7-0. Again, chat, if you feel like they're going to have a comeback, please hype them up. And if you have any strategies of how they should come back, drop your theories down below. This time, Sage walled B main, which is interesting considering they're going towards. Oh, they're all on A short, and one of them pushed out the lamps. Wall down, and oh no, Kimmy Kimchi dies in her wall.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
Oh yes! The headshot with the close range judge. I'm wondering if the WTF My Aim is able to take another person down with them. Every little bit matters. Prox A and EXD are holding angles, not pushing out. Baz is very wise, and Caroline gets the last kill. I feel like one of the biggest mistakes I make, that I will continue to make, is when I get bored I push out by myself instead of holding angles with my teammates, and I die.
For me, it's playing with my util. Maybe it sounds worse than it is. And I felt so bad for Viper in the last round because it's exactly what happened. Viper was looking at lamps, looking towards A short lamps, pulls out util, and that's when somebody came around out of the lamps and popped him. So that's happened to me so many times. It might as well be on my tombstone. Not caught playing with util. Yeah.
What do they call those again? Epitaph? No. Eulogy? No.
Epitaph?
Epitaph, yeah, okay.
Epitaph, yeah.
Epitaph. I used to have to write those in AP, in honors English literature.
You had to write those?
I would write them for myself, for my friends, people I knew, my family. That wasn't the
Wow.
assignment. It was supposed to be random ones, but it's more interesting if you think about it that way, you know, more personal.
That's true.
Spike down A.
People getting gunned down from heaven. I believe that wasn't Odin, or was that a phantom?
Heaven's properly checked out at this
Last
point.
player standing.
So if you're working heaven and you wind up with a smoke like that, what do? You're in heaven. Brim drops a smoke right in heaven's, right in that doorway. What's your choice from there? What do you do with that?
I'm the one being smoked off.
Yep. You're up in heaven. All of a sudden, smoke drops in front of you.
Oh,
What do you
I'm in
do?
heaven. I would just boombot, wait to see what the boombot detects, and then grenade in that general area and jump out at the same time so that they're running away while I can pick them off.
Okay, good strategy. Good strategy.
you.
Me, I don't give up my heaven. I'll sneak out. I'll try to go off to the side, see if I can stay on the ledge and still peek out of the side of smoke. It's about a 50-50. Sometimes they see me come out before I see them and they kill me. Other times they think it's blocked off and they kind of forget that it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm able to pop out of the smoke and shoot them in the head and go back in the smoke.
Again, I see Prox A has their ult. I'm really curious how he's gonna use that. Molly's very appropriately potato eat.
Oh, Viper returns with blocking off the side over there. All right, I can't go out. You can't either.
Potato eat just yeeted a bakery bread house. Caroline also has her ult. Oh, but is unable to use it before she gets gunned down by Kimmy Kimchi. No, I believe yes. No, Reyna.
Last player standing.
Poison's off.
I believe that is EXT all alone.
Team Ace.
Oh, and it is a team ace. Pitter patter, pitter patter. It looks like Immigrants is going to A side again. I'm surprised that I haven't seen Gang 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 stack one side yet in their defense. Although I do feel like that is a very risky strategy.
I think so too. I mean, don't get me wrong. Retaking a site is as long as you retake it from a couple different angles, and it's perfectly doable. You're just switching roles at that point, right, between attacker and defender. But yeah, I don't see. I think there seems to be a kind of a psychology behind either not letting the enemy come onto the site to begin with, not letting them take it. I've noticed recently with my character, especially with using Cypher, that as soon as I see something, if I back off and wait for the retake with my team, my survival rate goes way up, and usually our success rate does too a little bit. I've always tried to stick it, try to hold the site against the initial take, and I wind up eating it because it's a 3v1, 2v1, 4v1, whatever, while my other teammates are trying to rotate.
Going up.
If I can delay them, that's the way to go.
Remaining.
Oh! They successfully were able to take out the other two Immigrants and defuse. That was an interesting play towards the end. I believe that Caroline, thank you. Yeah, Caroline was waiting
Last
patiently
round
for a
in the
res,
half.
and with 0 seconds left, I think Prox A was able to res them, and they were the last people standing at the very end, which is so cute. It was like, I got you, bro, I got you. And then they saved each other. They survived, but they got gunned down together in the end.
Valorant, a romance novel, brought to you by Joyce.
Romeo and Juliet, modern day style. Shall we drink this vial of viper poison? Yes, we shall. Oh! And Kenamu out ops Caroline. Did Caroline have an op?
That,
You're not.
no, Carolyn was following with her, but I yeah, just shocked. Yeah, both ops there, and when one's looking down the scope at the other one, and they're already zoomed in, you know. It's just...
I was about to be offended that that Gwendolyn didn't take that alt orb, but I noticed that she already has her ult, so I will forgive. As you know, I'm notorious for only taking orbs and playing Valorant as a farming game. Orb farming
Yes.
game.
Or farming game.
A Q Arb's head just popped up for a second. Prox A saw that. Wonder what he's gonna do about it. Oh, gets a headshot on Viper on Kamzamugura,
Still not
knowing that
cool.
it's barrel.
Still knows.
Oh,
Yep, there you go. Nice.
Proxy really
job,
good with the
Prox.
eyesight.
Yep.
Seeing all the little peaks, all the little heads,
Switching sides.
tails. So Michael, who do you think is going to win the first, I forget what this is called.
The first battle of 3 here that we're doing
Yes.
there. You know, I'm about ready to use a phrase that I hated because it really kind of gathered up in U.S. politics and watching the election, where they say just too close to call. I think what we're seeing is, if you notice, when we went into the second half, you know, for the first game, we saw a big disparity within the scores, so they got to the very end, and they're right neck and neck with each other. This game, we started again, we saw a wide diversity of scores, and then the teams start finding their rhythm with whatever role they're doing, whether it's attacking or defending. I'm gonna be a coward. I'm not gonna commit 1-1 yet. Even here at 3-9, it's just, for me, it's I feel like there's still a lot of room here. And I don't know about you, but you and I have been in several matches I know together where the scores have wildly changed. We just get a rhythm, and all of a sudden there it is.
Feeling sight.
As far as the overall execution, I'll be honest with you, I'm not seeing a lot of gross errors here at all. I think both teams are playing really well. I think it's just a matter of certain timing. You know, timing is everything. Not knowing where somebody's at, but I'm not seeing a lot of big mistakes at the level that they're playing at. So this has been a good match to watch overall. I've been
It
excited.
makes me wonder if they just practice that much, or if they're already just a born together kind of a 5-stack.
That's a good point. What I'm not seeing is, so you and I have played a lot of unranked, and we've played not necessarily with a 5-stack, right? So you get randoms all the time, and actually, if you watch, you can kind of see, you can tell that there's a random team on there because people keep flopping back and forth. They're not quite sure what they're doing. What I'm seeing here, whether it's good communication or just a lot of practice with each other, I'm not seeing a lot of division or a lot of uncertainty as far as where people are going. You know, they're definitely reacting to the other team, but they're sticking together. This almost looks like a SWAT team going by, trying to get to A and trying to get rotating back through their side.
This whole trail,
Yeah.
they just gunned down EXD. It was that they got caught in a stampede.
They went through A, went through the opposing the defender spawn, and came back on the backside of B to get this side to defend from.
Here.
Player standing.
I was gonna say, you have so many places to look.
2v1 right now. Oh, and there you go. Immigrants takes the lead. Actually, not the lead,
Actually,
but fights
the round.
back. Yeah.
Yep.
So right now, shout out to the middle frags right now, middle fraggers. K-Namu with a KDA of 9, 13, and 2 buys a Guardian, and Fangji with a 10, 9, 4 buys a Phantom. It looks like Team Kang really likes their Phantoms. It looks like a pretty equal buy here. Oh, wait a minute. Fangji. Oh, Fangji is Immigrants. Oh, okay. Wall is broken, the wall that was intended to protect the spike, but it might give just enough cover for AQ Arc to hide their shoulder.
One enemy
Radar
remaining.
killed. Out of charges.
I'm ashamed to say there's a lot of times that I've died trying to switch out my gun for a skin, not even for a better gun. Skin. Oh, Kainamu was able to bring in the enemy with her star and kill them without even moving. Talk about making everyone else cater to you. Good job, Kainamu. I'm gonna be really sad if this whole time I've been pronouncing their name wrong and if it was just Namu with a silent K, but I'm gonna pretend that I don't know the word ni or nat. Actually, that's a GN. Just gonna keep calling it
Knife.
Kainamu. Yep. Unless we have any of their friends in the chat and they want to correct me. Aproxe playing with his melee. Astra Stars on A site. Predicting the A short push. Oh, and a beautiful headshot by the bakery. They gunned down that wall really fast. The Kimmy Kimchi is still able to use it to their advantage and get the plant down before dying. Oh, actually, kills a Prox A.
Enemy remaining.
And is still going strong. Has the res as well. IQ Arc ignores the sheriff on the ground, sticks to their blast pack. And attackers win. Which gun is your least favorite gun, Michael?
Ooh.
BYB fam. Going to Astros
Ready to draw down
them
some fire
Astros
here.
goddamn things I do.
I'm going to tell you that I think, all in all, the Vandal and the Marshal are my two least favorite weapons.
Oh.
And yep, I know there's gonna be people cringing right now, going, "What are you talking about? Vandal's the best in the game."
Get out of my way.
and I'll tell you why.
You want to
For my
fight it?
play style, I don't have great. If I think I have great crosshair placement, I have great aim. I think I'd change my stance on the Vandal. I think it'd be a great utility. It's a one-shot kill at any range. That being said, I tend to try to rely on that headshot too much because I know that the Vandal's a one-shot kill in the head, and it leads me to not use it as well as I would use like the Phantom
I see.
or even the Spectre. So my skill level's not up to the gun. Let's put it that way.
Enemy remaining.
And the recoil management is horrible, and I'm gonna need it because I'm gonna miss that first shot.
Oh, I was hoping for an ace by Kainamu, but they get taken down. Right now we have Gang 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 at 7 versus Immigrants at 10. Let's see how many people have their ults currently. We have Kamja Mugura and Kimmy Kimchi and Caroline, Bangtip, and EXD. They almost make a full team together. I almost want to see all of them ult at once, but I doubt that will happen.
I'm shooting solid A push or B push with nothing on A to distract. And right now they're at the disadvantage. They've got 3 of their players. You already see Jet starting to rotate.
Yes. Beautiful shot.
And there goes the others. Starting to rotate out of A now.
Pitter-patter
Right
on
now
the
that,
sword.
yeah, and what's interesting is that, now we've got a couple people rotate on the outside. They're going to run into somebody here right now. Yep.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's okay because EXT has their setup on A, but EXT gets taken down, rendering her util useless.
Last player standing.
Again, Kamja Mugura ults behind a wall.
Toxin screen
Really
down.
cool angles happening with the ult, and doesn't choose to remain in her ult.
30
Not
seconds
at all.
left.
Using that to get a different perspective on it. Hopefully, she's watching. If she's ever watching her fuel here, the things that go away, and
Yeah.
they're not gonna know where. See, they're still watching. Look at Apox A,
Toxins going
still
up.
looking over there,
I gotta
thinking that they're
say,
still over there.
Gang, 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 and Immigrants. These two teams are really
10
good at
seconds
sound
left.
baiting and flanking with their util,
Last player standing.
even when they are the last one standing. Now it's
Toxin
1v1.
screen down.
Neck and neck. Fakes the defuse. And oh, Bang Jeep is able to take Kamzamogura down and successfully defuse. I gotta say that was a great play. Let's take a look at the two teams' econ levels. It looks like Immigrants is pretty rich. Actually, they're kind of
WTF spent all of their allowance. 750.
I'm noticing that's kind of a trend. The last time I checked, they had a classic and no money at one point.
Yeah. So there's a tip that I picked up a long time ago is while you're looking at your money that you want to spend, see if you can reserve 3,900 at the end of your purchase for the next round. That'll allow you to get a full shield and a phantom or a vandal. That's if you
Toxin
roll.
screen down.
Oh, they were unable to get the plant down, and Kamzamogura is in the corner. Gets taken out from heaven, I believe.
Yes.
Match point.
Immigrants are having a decent time with defending, although they're starting to lose a little bit of ground. But for the most part, they've been doing a pretty good job of defending.
So Immigrants just needs one more point to win this match, win this game. What does that mean, Michael? Do the math for me. If it's best out of 3.
That's out of 3. Gun took the first one, didn't they? Or did I not? I don't have my note in front of me. I thought I had it.
Toxins going up.
Okay, we'll have to check the
You,
note.
you don't remember either. Ha ha! Look at you. Nice.
Hey,
Nice
we talked
try.
about this. You were supposed to be in charge of the numbers. I'm just the color commentator.
Oh wow! Look at you.
If we end up having to have a
Oh.
second tournament, it's all your fault, Michael. I'm not
You're
taking
killing-
any responsibility. You're killing me, Smalls, he says.
Killing me, Smalls. Yep, absolutely. Does your AV gremlin have the numbers?
AV Gremlin is frowning. Take it away, Michael.
I have the spike.
Spike swap. Pushing the A short.
Toxins going up.
Viper's committing. Nope. Oh, watching for the. Are they actually rotating out?
Kill my allies.
That's interesting. She threw her wall. I guess she used it as a distraction.
You are divided.
I hate those
Reyna on
decisions.
Reyna.
You see two bodies coming out.
Yes.
and you're not quite sure which one to lock
Oh.
into, and that's
Spike planted.
And you find a happy medium for nothing.
right. Yeah, choose between the two.
There's
Split the difference?
there's a split second of sadistic happiness where you're like, yes, I got the perfect average, like 3 centimeters on one side, 3 centimeters on the other. I got right in the middle, but there's no one there.
Nothing here.
Last player standing. Defenders win.
Good game.
Congratulations, Immigrants, for taking that game. Let's just go ahead and check the career. Wait, 1 second. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. We lost our note. Sorry, 1 second. Our AV Gremlin is typing in
awesome.
the party chat. I'm so sorry, guys, but who won the first game? Y'all, I would ask the chat, but honor system, I don't know. Okay,
Again, one.
okay,
So
congratulations.
we're on our
This is the most. Oh my goodness, this is such a jokes ending. Wait, so then it's a 1-to-1.
We have
You
one more
are
match.
correct, Michael. At least one of us were paying attention. We have one more match to go, right? That's how the math
Yep,
works.
we have
All
one more
right.
match. One more match to go. So now the guys, the question is, we've done the thing where we've had the coin toss and each team has been able to pick a match,
Yes.
pick a map, and pick whether they're going to attack or defend. For the third, do we want to do another toss to split that, or because I feel like that would give the first team a unfair advantage on the last one. I think we should probably have a chance. We didn't discuss that before, so. Yeah, so we're going to do another coin toss. Copy that. There was a bigger difference on the second game here, so the Immigrants
what do you mean
had the
different?
won by a bigger margin. I just don't remember the exact score. Got you. They get yeah, they get to pick either map or so immigrants get to pick either map or um, do you know if they were able to hear you? The instructions? Okay. So right now to the stream, I'm talking to myself. Got it. So, in case you guys are wondering, no, it's not medication.
I'm back.
My co-host is actually talking to the team. They can't hear me, but I could hear her, so I couldn't tell
Stay ready.
who was talking to who when.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So I believe Immigrants just chose split.
They did. Immigrants showed split.
And then we'll ask Gang 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 to. Oh, they just chose attack. So immigrants will chose split as the next map, and Gang 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 chose attack side. So in 3 minutes, we will be back to see who gets the best of 3.
We could ask them to go ahead and are we gonna switch that up, or do they switch that up? Teams and whatnot. We can do that after the break.
Oh, we'll do that after the break.
After that.
Yeah. So far, they have been great at just finding their own places.
Yes.
So we didn't really have to do anything, which is great because it's our first time to take charge,
Absolutely. So thank you to both teams. First off, 1-1. So that's made an exciting battle here, and great job for both teams, both in team play here, communications between the two teams have been great, and helping us out by moving yourselves and keeping us organized. So thank you very much for that. They can't hear that now, but they'll hear it when they watch the stream. Maybe. So is our AB Gremlin taking a break as well, or is she still there?
Hiding in bind washrooms, in showers.
In showers?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just
in
doing
baths.
little...
It's baths, isn't it? It'll call bath. It's not shower. It's bath. I think.
Is it actually? Oh yeah, I think so. That makes sense because of all the towels and the.
Which one do you think you probably mislabeled the most? You just called something completely different.
I have to say it's probably. Oh, of course, it's McDonald's. It's what do you call it? On Breeze.
Yeah, the double arches there at Breeze. Yeah, going from Defender Spawn into
the two arches, the two golden arches. We like to call McDonald's.
That's good. I think for me, I think it's so we talk about hookah a lot, but I don't remember that actually being a label on the map.
It's not. It has to be. Why would we call it with such an obscure name?
Because it looks kind of like a little hookah house kind of thing, I think, in a way, but I don't think that's what it's called on the map. But we've always called it hookah, and I know exactly. We've even done the stream. So So I'm just wondering, actually in chat. So we'll let you guys break this up for us. I don't think that hookah is the name for that little room just off of B in Bind. But our teammates have always called it that, and because I always play with our teammates, our group, I've just adopted it. But I remember looking at the map once going, I don't see the actual word hookah here anywhere. And so can anybody name that little room that's just opposite of the teleport on B, going from A to B on Bind?
Well, regardless of, while we figure that out, regardless of what it's truly named, I gotta say I'm hookah'd on Lovejoy peanut butter.
Oh my gosh,
And again, I'm going to mention, just in case some of you have not entered, or just in case we have some glitches happening here, we are still doing the viewer prize giveaway. So if you want to win a lovely jar of Lovejoy peanut butter, either maple cinnamon, honey chia seeds, chocolate hazelnut, or dark chocolate coconut, enter !Lovejoy in the chat. Go on to Instagram, follow them, and comment on the Gamers Arc post your favorite way to eat peanut butter, and then wait until the end of the night for the draw.
Lovejoy BP, I believe.
Lovejoy PB peanut butter.
PB. Why did I say BP? I don't know why I said
BP. Cool
butter
thing
peanut.
About butter peanut. A cool thing about Lovejoy peanut butter is that it's 100% natural, no palm oil, no hydrogenated oil, superfoods, heart healthy, essential vitamins and minerals, and it's just yummy overall.
Have you ever tried to make peanut butter yourself?
I actually have. Wow, nobody's ever asked me that, but I actually have, and it was the grossest. Okay, so this was back when I first learned about how peanut butter was invented and made, and I was so fascinated by it that I just had to try it out myself. So I tried it on the kitchen floor. I remember making a terrible mess, and my mom said I had to finish it because I made so much, but it was the most disgusting thing. So I tried to make it, turn it into other recipes and stuff, But I kept lying and well, I didn't lie, but I kept bluffing and saying like, "Oh, it's the best thing ever," because I didn't want her to think that I regretted my decision. But
I can't imagine you doing that ever.
I genuinely spent a good hour like squeezing. Okay, I'm not gonna finish that sentence, but
Ah!
yeah. Well,
So
on
the reason why I bring that up is because with Lovejoy's peanut butter being 100% natural, and I appreciate them going through the effort to make it, because if I try to make it myself, first off, it sounds exhausting. I've seen people, oh yeah, I just buy the peanuts, make your own peanut. Why?
yeah.
If you can get something that's just as healthy and has some amazing flavors, different things to try, absolutely check out Lovejoy peanut butter.
Yeah. Speaking of checking things out, let's check out this stream again because our AV Gremlin has started the countdown and the game has just
Is
gone
this the
into
one that was
motion.
frowning earlier? The same
Yes,
AV gremlin?
she is not frowning anymore. She just looks
Okay.
scared.
She's there. Well, that's good because she loaded the wrong map. No, I'm just joking.
Oh my gosh, you almost gave her a heart attack. All right, just checking to make sure we have the right teams on the right sides. Just to make things easier and more transparent, why not do roll call? On Immigrants, there's Spangchip, EXD, Gwendolyn, Caroline, Approx A, and on Gang Gang Gang, there's Kimmy Kimchi, Keinam Woo, AQ Arc, Kamja Mugura, and WTF My Aim.
Those of you that work better with colors instead of names, like moi, you have Gung 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 over there with the red, and you've got Immigrants in the cyan.
Oh, that actually helps so much. Thank you. AV Gremlin is wiping her forehead because there's a lot of sweat here.
Well, did you put any kind of ventilation under your desk at all, or is it just kind of crammed in there, right next to
right next to the fans, the
the CPU, and yeah. Well, no, because they're blowing hot air out, right? So
Choose your
it's just
agent.
baking underneath there. You're gonna smell cooked gremlin here in a little while. Hey, Gung 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 is attacking, and waiting for the lovely map to load. On a scale of 1 to 10, your opinion on Split as a map?
I used to love it, mainly because I had a formula on what to do on, I believe it's B site. Yes, on B site when I'm attacking. Because I like to satchel where usually the Sage entry walls, and then just skip that section, and then just push in by myself, Boombot out onto CT, grenade onto Heaven, and then I can just take site by myself if I don't get gunned down, which is pretty obvious. But that's why I like it. And also, as you probably know, on A side I like to push out when we're defending, and then try to catch a bunch of people with my Boombot and grenade. I'm starting to get biased against it though because AV Gremlin does not like this map.
Inamwu, if that's the correct pronunciation of the name, is right now in the spot that I like to hang out with in this map when we do attack, which is right there in the mid. Still trying to look at mid control, and also catching people coming through trying to flank. So as my role as lurker, I watch for the flank and try to flank them. So, ooh, very aggressive push onto B. Killjoy answers that.
Spike planted.
WTF, my aim gets planted. Oh, Kamta Mugura gets shot from heaven by Gwendolyn. A ghost. Oh, beautiful headshot with a classic.
Late rotate, coming back to CT to back up.
Oh, honestly, Kimmy Kimchi had them in their crosshair, but the nano swarms blocked their vision. Approx A, taking approx 1 second to defuse. That was terrible, I'm sorry. I wonder what site they will take next.
Both teams see the Immigrants have decided to deploy a Sage as well for this map.
Oh, that's true. That is different from before.
And did not bring back Ray, so we're sticking with Jet.
I guess they needed a healer. It's interesting that one of them hasn't they haven't they didn't choose Sky instead of Sage for their healer. They both went with Sage.
Flashbang.
Oh,
But
Carolyn.
wall's pretty handy, especially if you can get it down on sight with the spike.
Remaining.
Slows them down.
Spike planted.
Caroline is a beast with a Marshall.
Yeah. I don't know where you learned to do that. Because every time I hold a Marshall, I just kind of like lay down because that's what's going to happen. There's a lay down button. I just go ahead and use it. I am not good at the Marshall. Although, interestingly enough, with the operator, occasionally I can get the timing right. But I'm always amazed by the people that use the use the op on a regular basis. I've seen shots that look like to me like they should miss, and they don't. It's almost like they play with the error in mind when they know the bullet's going to move as they're moving, so they just, I don't know.
I'm noticing this bear buddy looks really good with this Zed Phantom.
Right? I'm not seeing my favorite buddy on screen, though. I haven't seen that yet. What's your favorite buddy?
I can't really think of one right now, except for the crate. It's a nice chunky little thing.
I think you already know which one mine is.
The penguin.
No, the squirrel with the
Oh
grenade.
yeah, the squirrel with the
The
grenade.
battle squirrel. Yeah.
Kimmy Kimchi and who is this? Oh, everyone is vibing in the Viper's smoke. Very funny. Kimmy Kimchi takes EXD down
EXD
with a
out,
One
yep.
headshot,
enemy remaining.
making their way onto B site.
Alarm bot out.
Meanwhile, KO is all alone on A. Caroline is slow-tating. Nice little hop, skip, and a jump.
Interesting
onto
choice to try to keep pushing that angle.
Starts to push it again.
Because, yeah.
I'm wondering if Caroline is just trying to get a pick at this point. I think it's a little too late to try to defuse. Oh,
It is.
and the cat dies on the catwalk. So far it's 2-1 with Immigrants 2, Gang 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 1. Third round in, it looks like, oh, never mind. I was gonna say WTF my aim still has a classic, but Marshall it is then. Oats it is then.
That's off to you, Marshall players. So, I don't seem to get the hang of that one.
Caroline was unable to detect anyone for you, but they are indeed there. And he gets picked off with WTF my aim.
Last player standing.
Gwendolyn with the res. Now it is 3v1. And Viper's health bar isn't looking too good. What is Potato going to eat?
Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
Meanwhile, Gwendolyn is gun shopping.
Ooh.
The perfect thing to do when you outnumber your enemy.
Accessorize, 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 right?
Ooh, Gamers Arc TV is raiding with a party of 16 raiders. Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome to the party. Let me whisper as Eat Potatoes is trying not to eat potatoes. Woo! Lots of action happening here. Immigrants takes this round. Since now they have double Sage, I'm wondering if we will see two walls happening at the same time. If we will see a dance of the walls.
Well, I have seen some situations where, Sage will pop her wall, blocking off an area, and the other Sage will get people lined up and use her wall to elevate them up and get them over that wall. Much to the surprise of the original Sage. We'll see if something like that happens here. Yes.
We finally see the skies
Strike
open up.
down, B.
And people do take some damage with that ult. I've been waiting all night for this. Ow.
Yep, Caroline's already suspecting a rotate.
Good instincts.
Those guns not 100% rotating together. Looks like they're pushing. Killjoy's going to hang out in the mid and engage. Oh, yep. That paid off. Got a pick on their Sage.
I wonder if they'll check.
Now a Prox A is watching.
Oh,
Last player standing.
turned a little bit too late.
Spike down A.
I believe a proxy might have seen the barrel of her gun before she turned.
Yeah. I think we need to ask the AV gremlin to rewind that and we'll go back to instant replay. Watch her scramble for that function. What is that?
I detonate. You don't.
So you're gonna hear me tease about our AV gremlin, but she's actually a wonderful person. Really appreciate her help in all this because if it's been left up to me, you guys would have been watching a YouTube video somewhere. Who knows what would have happened? So, thank you very much.
AV
for your efforts
Gremlin
down there.
Jay is posing right here, doing some Vogue poses,
Nice.
soaking in all of the compliments.
She deserves it. She deserves it. Absolutely.
Here.
If we ever make a team together, I feel like AV Gremlins is a perfect name for a team.
Get out of my way.
Caroline was able to suppress the enemy, however, got knifed down by KM.
I don't know. See, a team with AV gremlins. I think she's the reason why I'm kind of scared of Reyna. Not gonna lie. So that I don't know. Even though I know she's on my team. Ooh,
That
nice.
swing was gorgeous by Prox A. Very good job.
See, little blind firing into the Viper's ult. Not a bad attempt.
Not at all. Bunked really making that knife last. After all, what is a bakery if they're not good at slicing bread?
Poison's gone.
Oh,
player
tried to
standing.
defuse in the
One
safety
enemy
of
remaining.
Viper's ult, but the ult went down at exactly the wrong time.
Yeah, well,
Fake defuse, free fire.
So funny.
Valiant effort.
yeah, good job by their jet. Sorry, I can't remember the player. Oh, Kanamu. Yeah, Kanamu. Good job with delaying that defuse enough to grab the win on that round.
That unwrapping of the Blast X Phantom is always very satisfying, but that does remind me it's Halloween soon. Dear chat, if you had to dress up as a Valorant agent, who would you dress up as? Michael, you'd obviously go for Viper, right?
Oh, I could totally pull off the outfit. No, not at all. It would have to be a retired Brim. I think is what Brim, after he's no longer in the field, has sat for the TV for a few years. That would be my costume. Yeah.
Is it Brim who has that TV in his arm?
Yes, he's got the bracer with the screen on it.
Kimmy Kimchi dodging bullets with that swirly swirl motion. Meanwhile, Bangchip is on that wall again. Yes, bringing back those wall platforms.
Last player standing.
Oh, valiant effort.
Nice job by EXD tracking.
Yes. Kimmy Kimchi with that bunny spray hopping along. Seems to be in a very buoyant mood.
Very tight matches here.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised. It's a really good sign when the first game of a tournament is like a pretty fair match. Oh,
Yeah.
we are getting a pause request, so we will pause for 1 second.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Please tell everyone to. All right, everyone, we are pausing for a second. Please hold fire. Do not move. I wonder if they could hear me. So we will give, by rule of thumb, we say 3 minutes max to pauses. Wondering what the error is.
I think
Okay.
they need
So it is currently 8:25 Toronto time. We will resume a little bit after 8:27.
Oh, we've got a disconnected player.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask AV Gremlin to type, "How is everyone doing so far?" into the chat to ease tensions, test out the waters. Meanwhile, WTF, my aim is playing music for us. Did they say good to go? Okay. Never mind, not yet.
Which is awesome. Nope.
Let's take a look. Oh, wow. I can see that Kang is like moving around like crazy, but Immigrants, they're like staying as still as if they were in the Squid Game.
Right.
Has anyone
Oh my
seen
gosh.
that?
Have you? Yes. Are you watching that right now?
I've never seen it. I just see it everywhere
Oh
around
my
TikTok. Is it good?
gosh. Oh my gosh. You
Is it a
need to start
show or a
watching it.
movie?
So it's a series. I didn't see how many episodes are there, but I think I'm going to guess somewhere around 10. It's a Korean show.
Mm-hmm.
And it is centered around, it centers on this one particular person, who's just kind of down on his luck, creditors, that kind of stuff. He's kind of a gambling problem. He always seems to make wrong choices. Winds up at a kind of a low point in his life and gets offered to play. I don't want to give too much of the story away.
Mm-hmm.
A game.
Mm-hmm.
And this game has some big prizes. But if you've seen the TikToks and you've seen this, I haven't seen TikToks on this yet. But if you're seeing what's going on, one of the very first games is a red light, green light type of game. And they say, if you get caught moving,
Mm-hmm.
you're eliminated. They don't mean eliminated as a player.
Mm-hmm.
They literally mean eliminated. So, a bunch of people die. Episode 1. It is bizarre. It's a little surreal in nature. Are they back playing now?
Yes, they're back now.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I just happened to notice that people were moving around, so.
You will not.
Can you type all time go? Just in case.
Begins.
No, it's okay, fine.
Too late.
Yeah.
Like, people are dying.
I wonder if that gave any team an edge. I'm sorry
Yeah,
if
we're
it
gonna-
did.
We're going to have to watch that next time. Make some pretty clear
Mm-hmm.
announcements on literally get your hands off the
One
WSAD
enemy
and
remaining.
Pencils down.
wait for the go
Last player
before you
standing.
move again.
1v1 right now. Oh, I wonder if Kamja Mugura had that lineup ready. Yes, he did. Decaying fast, but Caroline just in time right before
Yep.
he dies.
It was a good
able to
lineup.
clutch.
Good lineup.
Yes,
Just
indeed. Let's take a look at the scoreboard again. What are your thoughts, Michael, on this scoreboard? It's green, it's a little
first
red.
off, no, you know what? I think the scoreboard itself. I don't see any big surprises there. Actually, I take that back. Kimi Kimchi is not playing Sage.
That's true.
So that actually kind of surprises me. So,
I'm seeing a lot of
and Gwendolyn went for Sage,
yeah.
which is Gwendolyn's been one of their high performers, and Sage is not course, we make jokes about Battle Sage, right? It's interesting that she's a pretty aggressive player, Gwendolyn is, and I'm surprised that they went with Sage. But it doesn't seem to be slowing down their gunplay any.
It's actually kind of interesting. I see a lot of what are classics and sheriffs called again?
Pistols?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of pistols and marshals and one Odin in this round.
Well, the economy doesn't seem. I think when you're doing trade-offs like this, you keep back and forth, win, lose, win, lose, one.
Spike down.
You're at the worst.
Wow!
Yeah,
EXD was
good
able
kill.
to take down an Odin with just a ghost, I believe. Or was that a classic?
30 seconds left. Last player
Oh,
standing.
Kimmy just gets the plant before they die. And Proxy is able to Odin down the WTF my aim. And gets the defuse.
But you're getting that back and forth with the wins and losses, right? You're at the worst possible point because you're getting the minimum amount for a loss that you can get with resetting. So I think that's why we're seeing a decrease overall in the economy.
I was just gonna say it'd be funny if Prox A just gave that defuse away to his teammate and then ulted him. It's like, oh, I already have my ult. You can have it. Never mind. Now I don't anymore.
Placing alarm bot. Placing
I'll need
swarm
that back,
grenade.
pretty please.
Placing swarm grenade.
Interesting.
Bot being
EXD
back.
places both those
Alarm bot out.
grenades at the entrance. Confident on a B push, looks like a B main push. Let's see if it plays out. We're seeing an immediate rotate of 3 of the players over to B, while 2 hang out at A, try to keep their attention. We're seeing their mid player from Immigrants goes over to A Heaven, or maybe there you go, A Heaven. So we've only got 1 person guarding.
You should run.
Yeah, they're not. Oh, that cooks them out. Nope. Almost. Looks like the person guarding B there. EXD is not 100% convinced.
Welcome to
Oh, Kamu. That's gotta be painful to lose your knives.
Oh, back at it with the judge. Comes mashed potato, mashed potato.
Spike down B. Last
A lot of
player
excitement
standing.
on the. Oh, yep.
30 seconds left.
Caroline with that Odin. Gunning for the Carolina Reaper. Gonna take some lives today. Kimmy Kimchi sneaking up with the ghost to the Odin. The Prox A, are you going to see the barrel of her gun?
10
The
seconds
phantom
left.
might just be long enough. Does not get detected. How? Decides to save.
No, I don't know if Kimmy didn't get detected or the other person just wasn't willing to give up the angle, just holding it. Yeah. Didn't get nervous, didn't try to peek around. Remember that Odin takes about a split second to kind of warm up and start delivering killing blows. Body shots aren't worth that much with that Odin at first. So a good play on their part on holding that angle. Oh, what's the name of this player again? How do you pronounce their name?
Kamza Mubura.
Okay.
That's it.
So I'm gonna let you.
Come.
Yeah,
Come.
we're not doing this.
Come.
Come.
Ta.
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 Mug.
Mook.
Ra.
This is horrible. All right, so that guy
Eat potatoes.
had my favorite gum. Eat potatoes. There you go. Had that Ares. Love the Ares. Ares, I think, is a great defense weapon.
Oh, Gwendolyn with the great, wonderfully timed slow orb. I would say that deserves an assist.
Last round before the switch.
Is able to catch that person right in the elbow, right in that pocket.
What's your favorite weapon to use? All in all, with your character set, so you play Raze, you main Raze about 99.73% of the time. What's your favorite weapon to go with Raze and her kit?
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
Honestly, I mean, you know, I started off with the Odin when I first started playing FPS games, aka Valorant. But I was switching between Phantom and Vandal for a really long time. I'm starting to lean towards the Vandal now, which is weird. Well, I mean, I always liked the Vandal and how strong the bullets sounded. It just made it feel like a more powerful gun. But
Brings up another interesting point, so I'll bring up in a
Yeah.
little bit.
recently
So,
I noticed
the
that
Vandal.
the Vandal was easier to run and gun with for some reason. I don't know if it's all in my head, but yeah. Oh, wonderful headshot by Bunkdip.
Spike
Yep, good
down
control there.
B.
The spike is without an owner right now.
Last
Behind the
player
wall,
standing.
right next to the alarm bot. Oh, beautiful headshot by a Q arc.
Yeah, but now everybody knows where you're at. That's the one thing about Reina's ability that really kind of hurts her, is that you're trying to pull life. You're just broadcasting your location out.
That's very true.
So I think for me, my favorite combination right now is probably got to be Brim and the Ares, with the use of the combat stim. The Ares with the combat stim becomes actually just a faster reacting Odin, because of the spray, the number of bullets that comes through. It spins up faster than the Odin anyway, so things just brutal at defense. If you can drop that combat stim early and just lay waste. You'll reload more often, but it's a great combo.
We go.
Looking for a concerted B push through B main. Now, this is another one of those. I call this garage. I'm not 100% sure it's called garage in the map, but it really kind of confuses me because there are actually tracks and a overhead door. Looks like vehicles come through it. So
Spike down
Yeah,
know
it
why
is called
they don't
B
call it
Garage.
garage.
I see.
is it garage?
Let's see the map again.
One enemy
Nope.
remaining.
Yeah. B Garage.
Oh, sorry, I can't see it. My screen was a little pixelated. But I also call Ascent. I call it B garage. That the window that you normally throw a grenade through
Oh, yes.
on Ascent, and that's not garage.
What is it? Is it B main?
I think it's just B main.
Yeah, obviously we are the best people to be casting this Valorant tournament.
Right? We got all the names.
I don't know how they found us.
I, you know,
Here.
Yeah. Okay, so they just went through McDonald's into Wendy's, and now they're taking a detour at A&W, about to pop their Chick-fil-A.
oh, I can't wait for our A&W to be built. Finally got an A&W in the area, building close to my house, so that'll be exciting times.
Oh, surprisingly, they're all up there in A heaven. Not a
Right.
single split push. Wonder what their next move is going to be. 2v3. Loudly rotating. I think speed is their strategy right now.
Yep. Looks like they're both going to hit B site at the same time. Oh, nope, they stopped up in B heaven, so they didn't run into Killjoy coming
Last
out of
player standing.
Gwendolyn
CT.
alone with the spike gets taken down with the Odin. Only a classic to defend herself. I always find it interesting when people run with their guns out. I'm too impatient for that. Most of the time when I'm playing with Humse, he's yelling, gun out, gun out, gun out! Because I love
Right.
running with a knife because it's so much faster.
Can't tell you how many times I've been killed with a knife in my hand in a gunfight. So I understand exactly where he's coming from.
To quote one of my favorite movies, never bring a knife to a gunfight.
That's right. Yeah. AV Gremlin, can we find EXT for a second?
There we go.
Here we go. Okay. Kind of taking up the rear guard position here, kind of slowly rotating over them all. I tell you what, those ropes in vents are the scariest place for me. Feel so vulnerable on that rope.
Honestly, I believe their jet almost died to a swarm of nanoswarms going down that road. Oh, Bangtip had the right idea, trying to
Nice.
break
Look
that
at
wall
that.
down, just in case the Sage was standing on top of it, but it was on the other side, unfortunately. EXD is dead,
Spike
and the
down,
spike lands
B.
on her ankles.
I'm doing a great job of clearing out heaven, B heaven.
30 seconds left.
Stay down.
One enemy
Playing it
remaining.
safe. Good. Fish is out. Does not make the hit. Gung, threatening to take this match.
Indeed, indeed. All right, chat, let's hype up the underdog, see where that gets us. Again, shout out to all the teammates. On Immigrants, we have Bangjeep, EXD, Gwendolyn, Caroline, Approx A. On Kang, we have WTF My Aim, Kamja Mugura, AQ Arc, Keinamuru, and Kimmy Kimchi. Who are you cheering for, and what brings you to our stream today? Please let us know. We're curious and dying to know. And so are the players.
Toxin screen down.
Specifically, EXD Caroline, Bangjeep, and
remaining.
Approx A. Oh no.
Never been the subject of a stream. I wondered if the players will go back later and watch the performance.
Honestly, this is a strong round. Oh, indeed it was a strong round by Gang. I mean, I believe the cheers the chat is throwing at us is working so far. That was a little bit of a tilting of the scale.
Interesting Viper wall there. I'll have to take a look at that and see what that gives me later.
Breathe deep.
Oh, this is all just research for you, isn't it?
Some of it is, yeah, especially for the Viper. And I haven't seen it. I was kind of disappointed I didn't get to see Cypher play in this match, but
Get out of my way.
always interested to see how other people play their Cypher.
Immigrants is doing a pretty split push currently, which might be a good strategy.
I think they're trying to keep pressure off. If you notice, Brim is creeping over there, and oh, Brim did not make it.
Beautiful headshot by Gwendolyn. Really making use of that sheriff. I sense an interesting wall coming up here. Ah, all for the guns.
Thirty seconds left.
Being patient, Kimmy Kimchi holding that angle, not trying to peek out, not trying to get the long angle, just waiting. Make them come in and commit.
One enemy remaining.
And it paid off.
Spike down B. 10 seconds left.
And Gang takes that round.
Gung's red.
Oh, Immigrants take that round. Yes? No?
Immigrants take that round. Yes.
Yes.
Immigrants take the round. Yeah.
Wait, so red right now.
No, I'm sorry. You are correct. I'm sorry. That's Gung.
Okay.
Immigrants is red. I apologize. I
Oh,
put,
no worries, no worries. Always good to
You're
double check.
correct.
I am
Perfect.
fine. It's just AV Gremlin that's quaking over here. I am fine. So torture her all you want.
Oh, okay, that works.
She is shaking her head vigorously right now. Oh, Jet chasing Jet. Bunny tail on Bunny tail. Hamza Mugura trying to Odin down the
Spike
enemy,
down
but gets
A.
gunned down themselves. Gwendolyn planting. AQ Arc really milking that
One
orb.
enemy remaining.
Really milking that ult.
Stealing sight. Cutting their vision.
And Gang takes that round. Currently, if I am not mistaken, Immigrants is in the lead by 10. Gang is 8. Shout out to the top fraggers. WTF, my aim. Our previous bottom fragger is now top fragger at 1969. And Gwendolyn is 21-14-8. Interesting turn of events. Different agents really do bring out different sides in people.
Here. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade.
Beautiful blinds. Wall really taking a lot of the damage. Kimmy Kimchi delays the plan
One enemy remaining.
yet another time and plays a strong role in winning that round for Gang.
They're going for a split attack. The defenders have successfully defended in both sides, but most recently, obviously, on B. So wonder if they're interested in... Oh, I thought they were going to attack on A. Looks like they've only got one over there now to hold their interest. Sage and the wall.
You will not kill my allies.
It is truly neck and neck right now. These next few games will win one of these teams another chance in the tournament. Brackets, that's the word I was looking for.
What are the prizes for winning the tournament again?
I totally know that on demand.
One enemy remaining.
I believe those are, if I'm not mistaken, are they not gift cards, gift card codes for
I believe you're right.
Valorant?
Let me just look at the announcement that I wrote and I made and I edited and posted.
Better to have a clear official reading of what the
Yes.
rules are, or what's being played for here.
It is with a grand prize of $1.25. I believe that's Canadian, or I'm not sure if it's USD. Let's say Canadian, and you'll be happily surprised if it's USD. Riot gift cards for each member of the winning team.
Sorry, did you say $1.25?
No, $25.
$25. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, for each person, not everyone to share. Meanwhile, to give everyone a heads up at the 9 o'clock mark, which is coming up very soon. We may be a little bit delayed going into our next game, but stay tuned because we'll be hopping right into the next brackets. It's always
Caroline
interesting to
advancing-
see the combinations.
Advancing to B without not caring about that pre-fire. Carolyn went in there anyway.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, after playing a little bit of a peekaboo game, WTF, my aim, and I believe that was Approx A, found
Got
each
the
other.
spike.
EXD is the Lone Ranger now with the spike. Precious cargo. Oh, gets that.
Kill.
Oh, I thought EXD was gonna get that second pick.
Really, too. I was kind of wondering if AQ Arc would be looking towards sewer on that one. Oh,
Oh, I
timeout.
don't know what this means. Oh, I believe That is a pause.
There is a pause.
What's up?
Yeah, Caroline triggered a timeout, I think.
What's up? What's up? Ask them what's up, Steve. I'm hoping everyone is good to go. Is everyone good to go? Everything okay?
Roxy is saying that everything's good.
Okay, sounds good.
What are you talking about that? I believe we already mentioned that they're not triggering timeouts. They're asking for one. I'm not sure.
Not sure. Approx A says all good, so I'm hoping all is good. Oh, bodies are just dropping all of a sudden here. Kimmy Kimchi really taking a lot of people down, so is EXD. But gets taken out with an op last minute. Gwendolyn tries to catch people on the flank. And CT. Approximate with the beautiful headshot again. I wonder if he's gonna get another one. He does have his ult. 2v1. Kamzamugura backs off. Wisely so, because Approximate was so ready for him to become mashed potato. Mashed potato.
Gonna let Jet go up there. Roxy no Jet to show up.
He does have the power here. They're relatively far, and he does have the spike and his ult. So if he can get that plant
30
down
seconds left.
and go hide somewhere
Spike
without
planted.
exposing himself to Namwu, he might be able to pull this off. Come on, Molly, Molly, man. Oh, and he gets taken out by K Namwu. And he continues the defuse.
Not sure if he's trying to pull up his ult at that point, or
I
what he's
believe
doing.
he might have been trying to smoke. If he was looking at his arm. Yes?
Well, yeah. So alt goes for the smoke, or yeah, alt could be there too.
Oh, it would be funny if he was trying to ult himself.
Well, you can drop it in the same area and run out of there without
That's
time
very
to do
true.
it.
I'm suspecting he was trying to smoke that little gap between the house in the back and the little pillar there so that he could hide back of sight, ult, and then while someone flies over to back of sight, he would be able to kill them. Oh my goodness. Okay, Nemu takes Caroline down, no mercy. Peeks for a second kill, see if he can get a second pick, but I believe they are rotating out after that scare.
Changes ankle. Well, we've got their Jet trying to.
Contest him. Come on, Bangchip.
Yes.
EXD with their ult and
Get a little
turret.
intel from the turret.
Bangchip with the knives again. Talk some bread. It's interesting. I believe Bangchip has done this before, making noise on one side. Meanwhile, the rest of the team rotates out. And EXD had the bomb that time too, I believe. Very strategic. Sound baiting.
Killjoy over here. Oh,
Kill. 30
good
seconds.
job
Oh,
with the bulldog.
very good turret placement there. Just waiting for Kimmy Kimchi.
No charges left.
Bangchip has no mercy. Takes down the lockdown. Come on, let's put those knives to use. Chop, chop. Oh, Mongtip is just ready here with all of his...
Player standing.
Never mind. His
You
back was
should run.
exposed. Thought he had that in the bag with the two
player
guns, the
standing.
knives,
Ooh.
smokes. I wonder if EXE actually heard the defuse.
Wait, look, got the fuse all locked down.
Knife. Oh, he doesn't see him.
Doesn't need to.
Clutch.
Ah, clutch by EXD is unable to make it out of the fire in time.
Match point.
Man, this is a really, really tight match, folks.
It is.
Still some time to cheer.
Interesting to rotate through sewers. See, WTF my aim, just kind of slow walking over there, not giving away their position. Trying to get a feel for what's going on the other side.
If only they knew. How many ops do we have going here? We have... Oh, just one. Very nice, very nice. People are playing really careful right now because this is where it's really important to tip the scale. No space for error.
30 seconds left.
Gun's got a one-player advantage. Seeing if they can improve on that. Nope.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Got the spike.
Oof. And here we are, 12-12. Hotly contested match
Switching
here.
sides.
I am
Overtime.
sweating with AV Gremlin over here. We are going into overtime. It's a very interesting turn of events.
Those of you that are watching interested in the next match, we'll probably have a small break, I would imagine.
Yes.
We'll try to keep that to a minimum though, because we don't want to extend too late, I imagine, into the night with the
Sorry.
last set for the night.
We will after we figure out who wins the first bracket, we will be ending the stream, but we will be starting a new one immediately. So do not hop off of Twitch yet. We're still here. We're just partitioning it so that the new players get a new stream.
In sight. There. Spike down
Bodies
A.
dropping, spikes dropping, headshots landing. Odins are coming.
Heavy fighting here on A, and not everybody's on site yet. We've got
This looks like it's about
I
to
got the
be a
spike.
pretty fast last round.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
beautiful headshot by K9. He almost gets EXD, but EXD outguns him.
Switching sides. Match
Overtime.
point.
So I believe currently, if I'm looking at the colors right, Immigrants is in the lead. 13.
that is correct.
Yes, and Gang is 12.
Immigrants can put it to bed right here with this match. They're going for a full push on B. And they're all going through garage.
They really have to give it. They're all here. but they were ready for them with all of their util.
Yep.
Getting the plant down. Oh, the nano swarm pops off on top of Killjoy's head. The irony. It's like when you get hit and you see stars or birds, you know.
Oof.
Kainamo doesn't break his knees because he dies before he falls instead. Right now, it's all up to Kamja Mugura to successfully defuse that spike, but there are 3 people.
Good usage. Oh.
Oh,
Attackers
and
win.
Immigrants takes the first bracket. Congratulations.
Well played by both teams. Congratulations go to the Immigrants, of course. Gung. Well played. Got to learn a lot from watching you play, so thank you very much for that. Sure. I don't see the chat room, but both of you that are in chat, as I kind of explained earlier, I don't have the chat open or up. Absolutely appreciate your participation, both in comments. We are going to be back up with the new stream here momentarily. So thank you very much for attending, and stay tuned because within the next, I think, 5 minutes or so, we're going to start up a new stream for the next group.
All right. We're going to take a quick break as we transition over from this stream onto the next stream because it is currently 9 o'clock when we start the match for Name versus, I believe it's I'm Michelle. So we'll see you on that stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hydrate, stretch, and we'll see you on the stream that is popping up right after this one.